There has been clear increased disagreement between Jeff Jarrett and his father, Jerry Jarrett, about the direction of the company in recent months. Jerry has less and less involvement as time goes on in the project,
Boo.
and now that there aren't weekly events in Nashville, he may get out entirely. He doesn't own any of the promotion and has been helping out because his son has financial stake in the company. He is telling people he has the promoting bug again and is going to begin running weekly Saturday events with co-promoter and longtime friend Bert Prentice in Nashville at the fairgrounds, basically filling in where TNA is leaving off, where the weekly pay-per-views have been taking place. The promotion, called USA Pro Wrestling,
Terrible name.
will use much of the same talent that is Driving Distance and Affordable that TNA has been using, but probably not his son. There is some speculation that like he basically thinks TNA is wrong to be leaving Nashville and wants to prove them wrong. But if you read Bert Prentice's book, he talks a lot about how they couldn't promote in Nashville anymore, especially in that building, because TNA scorched the earth giving away free tickets. And so Jerry being like, I'll show you, we're not giving away any free tickets, ended up not being able to sell tickets because they burned the market out. They will produce a TV show which began airing on WNAB-TV in Nashville this past Saturday in time slot previously occupied by TNA Explosion.
I wonder if we could track down a couple of those episodes.
Find the USA Pro Wrestling. There is that YouTube channel that was posting a lot of Nashville adjacent stuff, particularly like of course the stuff that aired the TNA stuff that aired on networks there, but other like indie stuff that aired on networks there is where the Punk and Colt Cabana match finally showed up. So there's probably some stuff on that, I'd imagine.
Maybe we can have a little look around.
Jerry is not the only person disagreeing with his son these days. The frustration with the creative direction of TNA is widespread. Although most wrestlers are too concerned with their job security to say anything to Jeff Jarrett or anybody else in power, some of the company's top wrestlers are even grumbling with friends in the locker room. When is the company going to start doing business? One wrestler asked while venting his frustration. The company is crumbling. They have to pull the trigger on Jeff and Dutch. The wrestler added that although the office believes the frustrations are limited to a few disgruntled wrestlers, it's much more widespread than that. It's the whole locker room, says the wrestler, according to PW Torch. This is a reoccurring theme. There's about 4 other notes we'll read to you in a moment. That the pressure is piling up on founder of the company, Jeff Jarrett, to start delivering creatively or just get the fuck out of creative.
Well, yeah, it's not like they're taking very big swings in creative, are they?
No, and yeah, you could justify it if you're like, we're just trying this thing. You know, we're doing this new idea and we're hoping it works out. They're just not doing anything, and the show is badly booked, and it revolves around Jeff, and everything seems to be booked around Jeff. So you do reach the point where everybody else in the company is like, what the fuck are we doing here?
This is kind of just what ends up happening in every pro wrestling company, you know? When you have guys like Jarrett and Dutch just kind of... I don't even want to say, like, booking bad. It's not booking at all. It's just... It's so weird. It's such a nothing show.
So the anti-Jarrett and Dutch sentiment continues to grow in the locker room. Wrestlers resent the fact that Jarrett is pushing himself as the centerpiece of the promotion, and even more so that he continues to treat them as if they should feel indebted to the company for booking them. Dixie has to get rid of the biggest problem, which is Jeff, one wrestler said. Others have pointed out that even top wrestlers with the best contracts are quote-unquote miserable. America's Most Wanted have been complaining about their push for weeks, and even AJ Styles is said to be unhappy with the company's direction. So, even AJ, who is famously like the most loyal man on earth, like he will go to the ends of the earth for you and not question anything, is being like, God, this is a bit shit, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it feels like it's a bad thing. It just feels like no one's got anything meaningful going on.
Speaking of that, Raven is in the doghouse and has major heat with Jeff Jarrett and Mantell for complaining to Dixie Carter. You'd think people would have figured out the score on that one and from what happened with Johnny Fairplay. To be fair, Raven has a lot more pull in this company than Johnny Fairplay does.
Raven isn't Johnny Fairplay.
I think when Raven says the booking sucks as opposed to Johnny Fairplay saying the booking sucks, I'd take a little more credibility from Raven.
They should put Raven in charge.
Like a wrestling genius Raven.
Put Raven and Dusty in charge. Let things get crazy.
They might do one of those things.
Raven.
Conan and the Jarretts had a blowout this week. You could see it was coming after Conan's appearance on Wrestling Observer Live, as he talked about how he and BG James have more name recognition than almost anyone on the roster. They get a better reaction in Nashville and Orlando than almost anybody, but never get any major storylines. The company's feeling has always been they are good for a pop, but TNA was afraid to book them in major programs because of the in-ring.
True.
Both were aware of it and got in better shape and have performed better.
No.
At least based on the glimpses Dave has seen. He's not seen enough of them. And get a good reaction from live crowds as anybody, particularly in Orlando, where you have a lot of people coming who don't know the new guys. Conan complained about how they get strong reactions, and both he and James have gotten into better shape and can do promos, but haven't been moved to the top. This came after they complained they were put into the Dusty Rhodes storyline as a backdrop. Conan was on the air with frustrations about getting Jeff and Mantel to listen to his complaints. He complained that it had become like WWE, where they cut everyone off booking wise so nobody can rise to the top, and was mad because he felt he'd done good promos and his stuff had gotten over, but he's done nothing but run-ins on these shows. Like, Trio K, their role most often on all these shows is to run out to stop a beatdown.
Which is honestly the best way to book them, because I don't want to see them wrestle.
Like, he's not wrong in that he is probably one of the more over people on the show. Like, his catchphrases do get over. Conan was a legit star in WCW, legit part of the Wolfpack, a legit, like, upper mid-card guy who got great reactions every single night in WCW while during a period where millions of people were watching. Same with BG on the flip side in the WWF as a catchphrase guy who got over there and who people had a fondness for until they started tweeting constantly. So, like, they're not entirely wrong in that, like, they are two guys who have name recognition and, to be fair, in TNA even, are getting over, but also the point of you just never want to see them wrestle.
Yeah, and plus, as soon as they do wrestle, it's not like they're killing it when they get the opportunity. So it's hard to really get behind anything that they say here. I wouldn't mind the idea of, like, Conan and Ron, like, doing stuff together, but I have no time for BG, and Conan is good for a couple spots, but he's not like, I'm excited for him to come burn it down either, so, you know,
Yeah, and, like, in theory, the idea of Trio K is that even though you have the two not very good people, you do have Ron there too, but that hasn't really worked out that way, has it?
Yeah.
Also, they just don't really work as a trio at all. They don't even, like, use them as a trio.
It's a tag team and a singles that are loosely aligned at this point.
Yeah, so, like, you can't even apply the theory of, like, Ron does the heavy lifting, wrestles most of the match, while those two hit their high spots. Like, they don't even do that.
No.
There is also legit heat between Vince Russo and Jerry Jarrett. When it comes to those two, you always have to be suspicious, I guess. Jarrett wrote something in his new book, which we read verbatim on the show in the 2002 episodes, basically calling Russo a horrible fraud, saying some of the early scripts looked like something put together on LSD. Russo found out and was upset, both publicly responding, saying that shows why he thinks the wrestling business is the worst in the world, and he also wrote a private email to Jerry saying he couldn't understand how one Christian could do that to another Christian.
Shut the fuck up.
There is fear that Jarrett has been pushing things too hard and didn't give himself enough time to recover from heart surgery, as he was back in hospital over the weekend, which is... Jerry, look after yourself. Also, Vinny Roo, he's right.
Yeah.
But no, he's a Christian man. How could he say that about Vinny Roo?
Christian's notorious for not judging or passing judgment.
Yeah, especially Christian Cage.
He judges Jungle Boy very harshly.
He does. He's looking at him all the time, being like, you failure of a son.
I want to fuck your mum.
Your dad's dead.
Haha.
What a character. And as if all of this wasn't bad enough for Jeff, as if basically everyone in the company thinking he's no longer fit to run the company, a glass pipe considered drug paraphernalia was found in Jeff Jarrett's luggage at the Nashville airport earlier this month.
Who planted this?
I love the idea that, like, we're fucking sick of this guy. Let's sully his public image by planting drug paraphernalia on him that'll get caught in the airport so that he'll be removed from his booking position.
But, like, that's definitely what happened, right?
Yeah. Airport police were involved, but in the end, Jeff was neither charged nor cited. He said he didn't know how it got in there.
He should just be like, guys, I work in the wrestling industry.
And they were like, yeah.
Fair enough, move along, sir.
There was no drug residue in the pipe and no drugs found in the rest of his luggage, which was searched. There was great concern within TNA at first that this would damage Jarrett's reputation.
Then they realized no one cared.
And could affect his image with cable networks in the future. It didn't turn into a big media story. A wrestling message board in Tennessee was the first to break the story, and since then it's been reserved to just wrestling websites. So, all sorts of schemes to get Jarrett out of the book.
I mean, I love a scheme. What can I say?